Concerning dating younger men, something's changing. These younger guys are way more forward. I think it's because a lot of the younger men these days, they have a lot going for them now. Like they're financially set, they have businesses, they know what they want, and they want older women. And I know you're all saying, oh, they're not going to wife you up. Not that we're looking to get wifed up. I don't need that, but that's a lie. In the last couple of years, I've had 2 separate engagement rings from younger men. One of the men was 25, the other was a little older. Yeah, and you know what? I say the same thing. Like, you should find someone your age because, so you can have a family. These men look me straight in the eyes and tell me they'll hire a surrogate. Y'all are doing too much. I'm tired.
I didn't choose the cougar life. The cougar life literally chose me. Some of the best relationship things that I've had were with younger men. Not only do they love on you much harder, but they provide for you, they care for you, they're really lovey-dovey with you, and their intentions are more pure and sincere compared to older guys, at least from my personal experience. I'm somebody that was always so oh, age does matter. If you're dating older men, they're more mature, they're more put together, they want to take care of you. And then I actually started to talk to older men and I realized how immature most of them genuinely were. And I don't know why a lot of people are always oh, but you're going to have to teach him how to do this. You're going to have to mother him. I have never once had to mother a younger guy, and I've had to mother older men.
Women nowadays can date guys that are way younger than them, 5 to 10 years younger, for the following 3 reasons. Number 1, when you date a much younger guy, he knows that you have more life experiences. That's why he's more likely to put you on the pedestal with more respect and go out of his way to do things for you to please you. Number 2, back in the days, women have to date older guys because those guys have more financial stability. But in today's day and age, that's completely irrelevant. With the abundance of technology and social media, there are so many 20-something-year-olds making bank on social media or selling their startup and retiring their mother. Number 3, it's proven that men have much shorter life expectancy compared to women. Therefore, it's very likely that your partner is going to pass away before you. That means you have to spend your final 5, 10, 15 years alone. How awful is that? A smart woman today will be open-minded and expand her dating pool because, hey, an older man is not a wiser man. Men's wisdom and maturity have nothing to do with their age. Especially if you're a woman of color, because black don't crack, brown don't frown, Asian don't raisin. Even if your partner is 5 to 10 years younger than you might just look the same age as him.
If you're an older woman and younger guys seem to hit on you, then here's what you should do. Give them a shot. Give them a shot. You never know how things will end up, how they'll surprise you. I have now been in my relationship, in my age gap relationship for almost 2 years now, and I'm very happy. I definitely thought he was a baby at first, and he is much younger, but you just don't know. I feel like when you meet sometimes, I tried to date older men, after I separated from my husband. And I felt like older men were just really bitter, really bitter. They just were angry all the time. And I feel like younger men still have this very refreshing kind of aspect to life and outlook. So if you are an older woman and you have considered dating a younger guy, do it. Do it.
Men between the ages of 25 and 35, studies have shown that these guys have a higher level of emotional intelligence. Now, to add to that study, 40% of men in this age bracket value emotional connection, which is why we're seeing a rise in older women who are above 35 choosing to date men who are in that age bracket. An older woman who has everything she wants and needs in her life simply wants that emotional, deep connection. She wants someone who's going to be there for her mentally and emotionally, and these types of guys seem to be the ones that are showing up and providing that. Now, another trend that I've only seen online, I haven't read any studies, but I've seen it being promoted time and time again, is how men over the age of 40 should only seek to date women who are under 25. Now, there's a very good reason for that. Psychologically, anyone who is under 25, their prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain that is responsible for decision making, isn't fully formed. So they're going to be more open and susceptible to manipulation. Now, these older men who I've seen do posts on this time and time again claim that women who are in their age bracket are too much hard work and they demand too much from them. The younger women, however, are much easier to control. That is what I've seen and that is what I've heard. And with the science added in, it makes perfect sense.
So my boyfriend is 6 years younger than me. I remember this being such a big deal when I first started dating him. I was like, absolutely not. I cannot date a man that's younger than me. But then I got thinking, maybe that means I'll die first. Not to be morbid, but I'd rather die first. And then I was thinking it could also be motivation for me to always stay hot. You know, like I'm older, I gotta be hotter. And then I was thinking I don't wanna get old and boring, so maybe dating someone younger is better for me. My boyfriend now treats me better than any of these older guys ever did. So this is your sign to lower the age range on your dating profiles because you never know. You just never know. Some of them can be really immature though, so just make sure you watch out for the red flags, okay? Like they need to be mature for their age, okay? Okay. Anyway, the whole point to this is, ladies, if you do meet a man that's younger than you, don't let that be a deal breaker. They could be amazing. Never thought I would say I'm dating a man 6 years younger than me, but here we are.
The male sex drive is strong. And as women are going to be mating with a smaller and smaller percentage of men, the government is not going to know what to do with all of these older women. We're going to have women that are 40, 50, 60, 70 years old without a husband, and the government does not know what to do with them. So we're going to see relationships like this, and we're already starting to see it, marketed to young men. They are going to keep trying to convince young men to lower their standards. It's why you see people trying to normalize dating overweight women. The next trend is going to be old women. Young men and old women. Again, the male sex drive is strong. And if women get together and say, we're not going to be thin, we're all going to get big, men start to date bigger women. If women get together and they say, well, we're not going to come as virgins, we're not going to come pure anymore, the men will adapt. Again, 100 years ago, men got like a 22-year-old virgin wife who stayed with him for a lifetime. And yet you still see guys signing up, even though the value is way, way lower. We've talked about this on the show. There is always a what? Simp. There's always a guy that'll do it.
Older women, younger men. Go. What do we think? Well, I think it's completely appropriate, and I think that we should be able to date whoever we want. I am not talking about a 16-year-old with a 30-year-old. I'm talking about consenting adults with a 5, 10, 15-year age gap, anywhere from 30 up. You know what you're doing, okay? So I think it's fine. I got a message the other day from a friend, actually more of an acquaintance, messaging me, asking me about the Tinder neighbor, okay? And he said, how old is he? I said, 49. He said, why are you bothering? You're 8 years older. I'm 6 years older, but sure. Okay, I'm 56. This guy turns 50, I don't know, in a month. I said, well, yeah, 6 years. And he said, but why? Why are you bothering? I get that you act young, but why are you bothering? He's just after like a sexual thing. And I kind of thought, I don't act young. I have a young energy. I love life. I embrace things. I say yes to everything. I love adventure. I'm spontaneous. I'm not a 56-year-old old nana. Oh, even doing my washing. See? House proud as well. But I forgot what I was going to say. Anyway, I have a really good life. I love my life, and I don't need someone, but I want someone, okay? But I was really, really surprised. I'm like, come on. Like, are we still talking about young men, older women? Come on. And I have dated younger men, and they have wanted to have relationships with me, but I have had to let them go because I feel like, you know, they're going to want to have children at some point. And obviously I'm past all that. I've got kids. I'm fine. And I love the energy of a younger man. I don't want to date a 60-year-old. I don't want to date an old man that, A, sexually, they're getting incompatible, and B, they just become kind of old ladies a little bit. You know, the old men, they lose their testosterone, they become more feminine. But I was really surprised that this guy really was thinking that older women can't date younger men. Like, can we stop the judging? Can we just do whatever the hell we want to do? I got to go and take my washing out. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that women are in their sexual prime in their 50s and mid-50s, and they need men in their mid-40s or early 50s to keep up. What do you think?
I get the question all the time, why are so many older women dating younger guys? There's probably a lot of reasons for that, but some of the major ones are women in their 40s, 50s, and 60s they're hitting their prime. That's when they're hitting their prime. They've spent 20 years raising a family, their kids, now the kids are grown. They're rediscovering who they are. They want to go out. They want to have fun. They haven't been able to do that because of raising kids. This is also the time, unfortunately, 40s, 50s, and 60s, when guys are slowing down. They're getting tired. They are more set in their ways. They don't want to go out and have fun as much. I'm generalizing here. This is also the time when a lot of divorces are happening because of some of those are the factors and a lot of other factors as well. However, that's when women want to go out, have fun, rediscover themselves. Now they're free, they want to have some fun, and they're in their prime. So the argument has been made among many cougars, why go for the older guys when you can go for younger? Because most guys, whatever their age, are still playing games, still kind of children, still lie, still cheat. So why go for the older when you can go for the younger who have more energy, they're more fit, they want to go out and have fun. Most older guys, will have more baggage. For instance, they'll have one, maybe two ex-wives. They'll have children that they're still supporting. So they've got alimony, they've got child support. They're more set in their ways. They don't want to go out and have fun as much. Whereas the younger guys, it's the opposite. The younger guys have less baggage usually. They don't have children that they're supporting. They're more adventurous. They have more stamina. They're more sexual. There's a lot of factors there that are going on. So that's probably why this whole cougar revolution has been taking off.
So this is a question for younger men. I guess maybe any man in general. I guess it doesn't matter. But I'm 36, divorced, have a kid, significantly chubbier and probably more out of shape than I was when I was younger. But I get more like 19, 20, 21, 22-year-old men liking me on dating apps than I did when I was their age. So what the hell? Like, what is the appeal of an older woman? Because I'm certainly not wealthy. I'm not going to be your sugar mama. So what is it that you like about an older woman?
So how much younger are we talking? Well, we're not talking about little children, little boys that I'm going to run out and date, little teenagers. I'm talking about emotionally mature men, early 30s, even late 20s, some of them. I have no issue with dating someone much younger than me if there's an emotional connection, a physical connection, and we're on the same wavelength. Like, really, I don't see the problem with it. If you're getting along, we're both old enough to know what we want, whether it's a physical thing or a deeper connection. Men do it all the time. Men have always been with younger women, some much, much younger. Like, why is it a problem for a woman to date a younger man, a younger, attractive, fit man, someone that has no baggage? I'm not here for drama. I don't do drama. I don't want any drama. Some men in their 30s have already got kids. They don't want any more kids, and they're happy to just also have no drama. And a lot of them will say, younger women are more dramatic. They don't really have a lot to talk about. I really get along with older women. Older women know what they want. They have better conversation. And I'm not saying that about young women, because there's plenty of young women I know that have, just as much to say or know what they want as well. But I'm just generalizing, like, this is what I've been told. And yeah, so I mean, my ex is 13 years younger. We were together for 8 years. It wasn't just a fling, like some people think that it's just a temporary fling. And I actually left him at the end of that 8 years because of other reasons, not an age gap. It was nothing to do with an age gap. We got along quite well. Hence I would not have married him. But yeah, I'm not looking to get married again. And, you know, even just for companionship or just someone to hang out with, travel with, all that sort of stuff. I'm not looking for a marriage proposal. So anyone that's sending in the DMs, please don't, because I'm not looking to get married. It's just, yeah, I mean, just dating and obviously see what happens. But just because a man is younger, it doesn't mean that he's not emotionally mature, mentally mature, and doesn't know what he wants. So, yeah, that answers that.
To the credit of a lot of these older women who are dating these younger boys, they look really the heck good. Okay, like real talk, these women are giving 25. Like 30 isn't 30ing like it used to 30. 40 is 40ing like 25. Okay, like call it modern medicine, call it juicing, you know, better sleep, self-care, soft life, whatever it is. These women are giving young, and I can understand why these boys intellectually can't separate the fact that what they're seeing physically in front of them is not matching up with what we know to be the case as a 40-year-old woman. But again, the responsibility lies with us. Even if that person doesn't have the intent to be manipulative, it doesn't change the fact that they have the power dynamic where in any case, financially, in an argument, in making decisions, they are able to have the upper hand because their brain can do things that the younger one cannot. And that is why it's a problem.
Women over 35 have a 78% chance of ending up with a guy who is younger than them.
At 35, I started dating a guy who was 26, not intentionally. I wanted to date a guy my own age or older, but these guys had absolutely no interest in me. If I matched with them on a dating app, they would ask me one of two questions. 1, is your hair real or do you dye it that way? And 2, is your age accurate or did you make a mistake inputting it? Like, babe, no one does that but old, creepy men. Regardless, I started dating this 26-year-old, and he was the most emotionally intelligent, empathetic human who seeked to understand experiences that he did not have in his own life. Like, to me, this man is everything I could have dreamed up and more, because I didn't think men were like this or capable of this level of empathy. Like, he is listening to podcasts about menopause to help me with whatever transitions may be coming my way. Also, he's hot, 6'8", and basically a human rose toy. I win.
I'm 20 years older than my boyfriend, and we have been warned that at my age, an active sex life could be dangerous, even fatal. Well, what can I say? If he dies, he dies.
Things I wish I knew before becoming a cougar. You got to keep this lifestyle on the down low. Because it just gets weird when you have kids the same age as the people you're dating. You know, it's just a little weird. If your son has friends about the age of the guys you date, they will find you. Okay, for instance, I'm 50 and the last one I had was 25 and my sons are 30 and 24. Make sure when you're in yoga classes with other moms your age, make sure that you're not dating any of their sons.
I saw a male creator on here the other day talking about how anytime he tries to date older women, they always say things like, "You're a baby. You're just a baby." Okay, here's my thing. I'm 39, so I'll be 40 in January. And I do tend to attract like younger guys, so like early 30s. And the thing with you guys is that you were raised by parents who loved you, who cared about you. Us women who are like 39 and up, we were raised by parents who didn't give a shit, okay? So we're so much tougher. We're bitter, we're jaded. We had to do it all on our own. We gotta go for the morning walks on our own. We gotta move across the country alone. We gotta go get the couch at the store alone. So the difference is we're hard and tough as fucking nails at this point, even if we're beautiful, even if we are aging incredibly well. But you guys are kind of like a little too soft for us. That's why we keep saying you're a little baby. You're a little baby. Recently, I made a post about how I'm 33 and I'm dating a 25-year-old. And the amount of women in my comments that are saying, I'm 34, I'm dating a 26-year-old, blah, 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 blah. So many people are dating younger now, and I'm really curious why that is. Like, did our generation of men just get completely screwed up? Like, are we on the first round of divorces where everyone is just so damaged that they can't give you what you need? I know that I've been dating guys my age or older than me always. And I was finding that dating them, they never wanted to commit. They were the players. They were the ones that were going out and had 20,000 girlfriends. They were the ones that were scared of commitment and didn't want anything serious and just wanted to like have sleepovers and, you know, not take you out on dates. And that's what like my generation plus older than me treated me like. And I was like, I can't do this anymore. And I gave up. I gave up dating. I was like, I'm over it. And then this little 25-year-old comes into my life, and I swear to God, turned my life upside down. He is like the complete opposite of any guy I've ever dated. The most caring, the most kind, the most respectful. You know, he's great with my son, literally treats him like his own. If I'm busy working, he'll come home from work and literally just take my son out on a 2-hour bike ride just so that I get a break. He cooks, he cleans, he mows the lawn. I literally, if I ask him to do something, it's not like, oh, maybe tomorrow. No, he just does it. Like, there's no arguing, there's no fighting, it's not like toxic at all. And I'm not saying that all older guys are like horrible, but just the ones that I dated anyways were absolutely horrible. Okay, like I did not have a good dating history. And I mean, I was always somebody who was like, I'm never going to date younger. They're going to be immature. They're going to have like 20,000 girls on the go. Like, why would they ever want to be with me? I'm a mom. Like, they're not going to want that. Well, I'm telling you, there are some good young fish in the sea. And there are so many, like, for me, my experience has just been so good. And honestly, I swear to God, I'm going to marry that man. Like, things are so good. All I gotta say is don't completely write them off, because I almost did, and I'm glad I didn't.
But guys, I just find it so funny because the people or the men that are so annoyed about older women with younger men are the older men. I see it time and time again, and just even today I was having a conversation with a friend of mine, a friend of a friend, and she divorced her husband. She was with him for 23 years and she's been single for about 3 years now, and she's just started seeing a younger guy who is 11 years younger than her. And she just said to me, like, wow, like the difference in energy just from a younger guy compared to an older guy. Obviously I'm not putting every guy in the same box, I'm not doing that here, but you will find that older guys tend to be more grumpy. They are more set in their ways. They want things and they like things how they like them, which is fine. No, you know, I'm not hating on that. But it is a different energy when you get with a younger guy. Why? Because they're more carefree. They're more like open. They're open to experiencing things, exploring, laughing at themselves. You know, some guys that are older, you make a joke and they don't laugh because, you know, they can't take a joke themselves. So younger guys are like, they make another joke, and even if they don't find it funny, they see the lighter energy of life. They see the lighter things in life. They don't take things too seriously. And maybe you're a woman who's watching this and you're seeing a younger guy, and I just want to say, don't let anybody tell you that the age gap is this or it's that and you shouldn't be doing this and how dare you do this, or, you know, don't let these people judge you for that, because this is your life and you deserve to have the best time. So if you're having the best time, continue with it. Don't worry about the what ifs and what can go wrong, and what about this and what about that and what about people saying stuff. Just enjoy the moment. I know plenty actually younger guys and older women that are actually marrying right now and that are having the best time of their life, and they are still years and years later just like having the best time ever. So people that say, oh yeah, it's just for a season, it won't work out, maybe it won't work out, but you'll have the best time. But you know, a lot of relationships that are the same age, or you know, maybe the guy's a bit older than the woman, don't work out as well. So there you go. It is what it is. But just the difference between the older guy and then the younger guy is night and day, and that's what I've seen time and time again. So yeah, just enjoy what is going on for you and don't worry about anybody else.
All right, everybody. So I'm done being quiet about this. Let's talk about it. This relationship is not for the weak. You have to be sure that this is what you want and your partner wants, and go all in. I just want to say, for the most part, I would say 95% of people are very accepting and very open and very happy for us and for the happiness that we have found with each other. But sometimes it's those that are closest to you that just don't understand. And you know what the saddest thing is for me? Is that these people don't care how happy you are. They don't care how happy we are, how much we've improved each other's life, how much we've made each other better people. All they care about is how things look.
Okay, so the older woman, younger man dating debate has blown up on TikTok. This is kind of a bit of a part two. Didn't even think there'd be a part two, but the response was overwhelmingly positive for older women dating younger men. Two parts to this. The first one is that the women that are successfully navigating relationships with younger guys are raving about it. They have indicated that the men treat them like queens. They have the same vibrancies. Their energies are matching, both physically and mentally, and that is perfect. That's the perfect storm. Really positive part is that there's been a lot of younger men commented and messaged saying how much they love being with an older woman. And the reason is that we're more comfortable with ourselves. We don't feel so insecure about our bodies because we know our bodies don't look like they used to, and we're okay with that. We're comfortable with that. And my theory is if you're lucky enough to be lying next to me, then you are going to love what's there. So why would I feel embarrassed or ashamed or insecure? So a bit of a message to the older women, just love who you are, embrace it. That confidence will come out. Men will be attracted to that of any age, but it appears that the younger men especially. And if you're on the apps and you're not having any luck with the older guys, and they're not really treating you like the queen that you are, then drop that age group down by 5 years, give it a spin and see whether or not you match with a younger man and whether or not he will match your energy. Keep me posted. I love it.
I keep seeing all these posts on TikTok of these girls that are in their 30s or late 20s that are dating younger. And I think it's really funny because I'm in my 30s. I'm 33 years old. I have a 9-year-old. I was like, there's no way in hell that I'm ever going to connect with somebody young. Like, there's just no way. Like, they just want to party. They're wild. Like, they, like, have 25 girlfriends. Like, they're never going to want a 33-year-old mom with a 9-year-old. Well, let me tell you that I was wrong. Okay? I'm dating someone now. I'm 33. He's 25. The most mature person I've ever dated. The most helpful. Anything that I'm like, hey, do you mind just taking the garbage out? Hey, can you do this at work and bring it home? Or hey, can you like help me renovate my laundry room? Doesn't even complain. Just, yeah, of course, for sure. Yeah. Calls me beautiful. Like, every single day, all day long, like just obsessed with me, which I love. Buys me flowers more than any other guy has ever bought me flowers. Is so sweet. Will literally, after a long day of work, he will cook me dinner. He literally scrubbed my shower the other day. Squeaky clean. I have never dated somebody my age or older than me that has been this attentive, this sweet, this amazing with my son, okay? Ever in my entire life. Like, my whole career of dating, I have never had anyone that has been this good. I am here for the cougar life right now. I'm living it. And I have no regrets, honestly. I'm glad I took a chance on someone younger than me because that was just something that I said I would never do. And I am cool with being a cougar. Like, I'm good with it. Like, things are just freaking peachy over here. So, If you guys are having trouble dating in your age bracket, give the younger guy a chance. Just give him a chance. You never know, because I keep seeing all these girls on TikTok that are doing this now, and I swear it's a game changer.
What about those desperate old cougars that are looking for the 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds that truly believe that young guys will love them till the end? Let's talk about them. I'm really glad you asked. You're probably asking that because you've seen my other videos where I say openly that I am generally interested in younger men. So I guess I'm that desperate old cougar. So let me tell you about the realities of cougar life. We are bombarded by younger men. If I am on a dating app and I set my settings low enough to 25, I will be flooded by those 25 to 32-year-old men. And the only desperation is from them. They will not leave me alone, even when I say that I am not interested. I had one find me on Instagram 3 years later, 28 years old. So you want to talk desperate. All the woman has to do is basically be there, and they're going to come flooding in. That's number one. Number two, if a woman decides to pursue a younger man, why do you think we're doing it? See, we're not doing it the same way that men are doing it. Men are looking to find a younger woman to brainwash her and make her his. We just want to borrow you for one purpose. Okay. You know, look, if that's what we're looking for, we want to make sure it's a good time. We're not going to go with the old man. We're not going to go with the one who can't get it up more than once in one evening. If we're looking for that, you better deliver. And the young men deliver and deliver and deliver. And they're so eager to please. It's like a sweet little puppy who's like, what can I do for you next? What can I do for you next? And again, if that's what we're looking to get done, we're going to go with the one that delivers the best. Love them till the end. Please don't. Please, actually, I want you to get dressed and leave as quickly as possible. I'll send you home with a bottled water and like snacks if you want, but you got to get out. You really got to go. So that's the reality. I'm glad you gave me the opportunity to talk about it, but I hope this helps.
An older woman with a younger man is a very different story. For good reason, because we have biological differences that are valid. And it plays out differently in relationships. Now I'm talking about significant age gap. So if it's like 1, 2, maybe even 3 years, although I wouldn't go that far if you can avoid it, then it's not really that consequential. But if it's a significant age gap, then there's going to be some problems. You're going to see issues around polarity. So the man is not necessarily going to be the one who is leading. The woman may be more in charge. She may be more controlling. She may be more mothering, or she may just feel like she's more competent than he is. She has more of her ducks in a row, financially, socially, emotionally. She's just more mature perhaps. And so he's going to feel more like a little boy, you know, like a little Peter Pan syndrome happening. And she may be romantic, like towards him. She may feel passion. She may be very attracted to him and really enjoy his energy, being a little bit more, you know, lighthearted and fun and adventurous and all of that stuff. But he needs to mature in his masculinity. There are occasions when I have worked with people when it's worked out. And this is the caveat. Usually it works out if and only if the man, the younger man, has some kind of trade-off. So if he has a liability that he's got to deal with and he brings to the table, it's going to even out and neutralize her age difference. So just something undesirable about him. It could be like financially, maybe he's bankrupt, or it could be he's not that attractive and he feels like this is him doing his best. So he could be very mature and competent in a lot of different ways, but just there's some issue going on that makes it difficult for him to find someone who's a little bit more age appropriate for him. But this is the biggest issue: legacy. So a younger man who is swept away in his feelings is kind of effeminate, right? Because he needs to be grounded in objectivity first and foremost in order to make and discern who is the best partner for him, and not just chase his feelings, whether that's lust or love, and pick a woman based on that. But he needs to be thinking about his future. And if he wants children, then it's going to be his entire legacy potentially on the line. If he chooses to fall in love with a woman and seek a marriage and family with a woman who's older than him, if he can do better, right? Like, I understand we're all romantics at heart, but ultimately we need to be wise about the person we choose to marry. So having a short, healthy relationship is one thing, but who you're going to end up with for the rest of your life and build that legacy with needs to be a very conscious decision based on my 3 factors in the vetting system. So it's chemistry, compatibility, and connection.